Hey folks, in this video I'm gonna go through quite quickly what ArrayBuffer is and how to use helper classes called views to access the binary data stored in the ArrayBuffer as if it was a normal array. So in JavaScript, ArrayBuffer stores a fixed number of bytes of binary data, and the ArrayBuffer itself can't access the data directly. It needs helper classes like Uint8Array or Uint32Array. In this picture, ArrayBuffer is defined to be 16 bytes. So it's you can see over here, index. Well, it is an index, but anyway, you have first byte, second byte, third byte, up to 16 bytes. The helper classes or the views define the how the data is enumerated or accessed by each bit size. So for example, the Uint8 array has each of its element being set to 8 bits or 1 byte. So if you use this helper class, you can access the binary data from 0 to 15 index, where each position is a single byte. But if you use the 32-bit version, as you can tell, a single index occupies 4 bytes because each of them is 8 bytes. So 8 times 4 is 32. So each position or the index occupies 4 bytes. So in this case, you can access the binary data from index 0 to 3. I know that this is a bit hard, but we're gonna go through with examples, okay? Okay, so this is an example. So in line 1, we are creating a new ArrayBuffer with size 16 bytes. This will create something like this. So each byte initialized to value 0, so it will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. They are set to 0 to begin with, okay? And then we are initializing a helper view object. In this case, each index is 32 bits long. That's what we have covered in here, right? So each index position occupies 4 bytes or 32 bits, right? Okay, so here, if it was initialized to be 8 bits, then the index will go from 0 to 15, right? But in this case, it's 32 bits, so it goes from 0 to 3, right? The indices, yeah. And after initializing the viewer, you can use the view to change the value. or stored in the array buffer. In this case, index 1 is set to 102, index 2 is set to 103. So what does it mean? Okay, well, just look at this line over here. From here, index 1 is set to 102, index 2 is set to 103. Okay, so index 1, 102, index 2, 103. Alright, and then we're gonna get a slice of that using the ArrayBuffer slice method. Here, the first thing to remember, the slice method always talks in terms of bytes. Okay, so the first one is the begin, second argument is end. So it begins from the byte number 4 up to and not including byte number 12. So here 4 is one we begin with, go right up to until 11. Okay, so we're creating a new slice of the original array buffer, right? So this will be slice 2. Okay, okay, so we have two indices now, where the values are 102 at index 0 and 103 at index 1. Okay, so we're console logging the sliced version over here to console. So let's do it again. You can see 102 and 103. Okay, let's try another example. Well, let's assign values to index 2 and index 3, right? Maybe 500 and 600. So let's do it. So now we have values 0, 0, 500 and 600, like this, right? And as you might guess, I'm gonna slice it so that indices 2 and 3 are sliced out. Okay, so how to do that? Well, the beginning position is byte number 8, right? And it's up to the end, so we can omit the second argument, right? So it's 8, slice 8. That's what we need. Okay. Okay. We would expect. Okay. We would expect 500 and 600 to be outputted to console. Yes, 500, 600. Okay, because the new slice would look like this. New slice would look like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, here in the index 0, this one is index 1. First index, the value is 500. Second one is 600. This is the consequence of the slice 8 call over here, and then we just outputting the value of the slice into console. Okay. Let's do another example. let's just don't slice anything, but just add a value to the first and the last. Okay, so in index 0 we will assign value 10. On index 3 we'll assign 5000, and the ones that are not mentioned, they will have a default value of 0. So that's 0 over here and 0 over here. Okay, let's do it. So we want to change the index 0 and 3. Okay, and 1000 and 5000. Okay, and we don't want any slice, right? So we don't want slice. Well, we don't need to. Okay, just get rid of that. Console.log. Well, okay, int 32 view, right? That's what we want. We would expect values 1000, 00, 5000, right? Let's try. Oops, I need to change it to string. Try again. See? We've done it again. 1000, 00, 5000. Okay? Well, let's just try last example, okay? Let's just assign value z xxx to index 1. Okay. Which example should we do? Okay. Let's put xxs to index of 0, y to index 1. I don't know, e to index 2, and nothing to index 3. And let's slice these. Okay, so let's do it. Right. Okay, so xxs y e. Okay. Okay, and let's slice it. We just want the first 3, right? So it's begins at byte index, well, byte number 0, and ends at 12, right? Okay, so 0, 12. Okay, so what do we expect of it to output? xxx y e. Okay. Ooh, that didn't work. Right. Ooh. Okay. Does it only work with numbers? Or not? Slice new. Okay. It is right, 0 to 12. Maybe it only works with numbers. I'm not sure. I don't know, maybe I do 100, 200, 300? Yeah, seems to only work with numbers. Maybe, I don't know why it only works with numbers, but anyway, that's what we expect, right? Well, with 100, 200, 300, and we sliced it. Okay, so what if we try to access index 3? It should be undefined, right? So let's try that. Okay. This doesn't exist because it's been sliced out, right? Okay, so let's try. Undefined. Okay. Does view have method length? That's for the next video, I guess. I'll make another video of this because it's quite interesting. Okay, so I think that's about it for now. So there are some questions, like question 1. Why only numerical values can be assigned? Another question. Is there a length property for array buffer or views? No, yeah, so last one maybe how to store non-numerical values to array buffer. Okay, I think I've gone through all I could for the moment. I'll definitely make another video about the array buffer and the views. Alright, so thank you very much. I'll see you next time.